My heart breaks. Lloydminister, Alberta. Danielle Smith hosts a panel. The APP, Alberta Prosperity Project. Folks, I know Lloydminister like the back of my hand. Strong following there here in Alberta. I've been away for some time. And what's happened now, what's been published openly across the United States to Donald J. Trump, the White House, the GOP, the Trump administration, is nothing short of extreme socialist and fascist reality, painting those I have a strong following with the worst brush you could ever paint anybody with. Danielle Smith, Premier of Alberta, did this. Now, I know Albertans don't know. I know you don't fucking know. But I'm going to explain it to you. Guantanamo Bay, the link's in this title. Fentanyl. You go. If you've never gone, go to the United States. As an Albertan, go across the border, go to the USA, have the time of your life, come back. And before you get back, when you're on that last leg to leave the USA, you're going to get pulled over. You're going to get a talking to from American institutions. Justice and the executive. And they're going to give you a speech about fentanyl, about your province, your border crossing. You don't got fentanyl, do you? Everybody says what you say. Danielle Smith broadcasted out to the Trump administration in the United States of America, who are not a bunch of dumb hillbilly idiots. Not North Dakota, certainly not Montana. These are pivotal for Alberta. You think, you trust, you follow blindly your politicians. Danielle Smith, your premier. Your premier is a piece of shit. I already know this. I've known it for a very, very long time. I've gone through it. I have a New York delegation of Republicans, and more than that. Those Republicans out of New York, with all that bread and money, have brought together this year, 2025, 2026 in academia, everything succession, everything Republican that Alberta could ever want to know, Quebec could ever want to know. And I am invited, asked to host in the University of Alberta and the University of Calgary two academic lectures on those topics. And of course, the reality of where Alberta is. Sycophants. And how my poor Lloydminister dragged into the lies, the deception of an evildoer. Guantanamo Bay. If you don't know Cuba, the history of that, well, Alberta, I can assure you, everything I know now today, you were right there on a pivotal moment of choice, of ignorance and stupidity, that you're showcasing and broadcasting just how ignorant you really are. And Albertans, I love you all. It's where I'm from. But I've ascended my knowledge base. I've grown with the United States. I've grown with the world, at least the free world. And I can assure you all, it is not Alberta. It's not anywhere in Canada. You are the furthest thing from the free world. And in fact, Alberta, you're the least free. You're way, way down here in Canada. I hate to say that. That comes from extensive travel experience and life learned lessons, growing my knowledge, growing where I am today, that has long since left Alberta independence. What am I talking about? Danielle Smith went to Lloydminister, published publicly, had the crowd of people loyal to me, so many of you who follow me, slap in the face of the United States of America. You said you want Alberta Advantage immigration. You want the Premier to run immigration. Deport everybody not in the PNP program. That means everybody not communist, not caste India, not Sikh, fentanyl, extremists, murderers. Everybody not that has to be deported. That's what you cried out for publicly. I got emails. I'm getting so much pressure. And tomorrow I register my daughter for college. I take her for college. I paid, get all that set up, taking her for her first day, her orientation. And here I am sitting here going, I need to set up this U of A, this U of C. Will the Crown allow it? Will the political science faculties, the law faculties allow me to host a senator from the United States? A high Republican real senator you can't deny? Will they allow me that? Will they allow me to host the greatest mind in the world, most highest recognized published? When we watched people go to prison for the stupid asshole ideology of Canada. Oh yeah. Prosecuted, arrested, military influx, and guess who sanctioned it? Donald J. Trump. Oh, yeah, New York. I got the best of the best messaging me, wanting me to host this, listed 2 universities, make these lectures happen, reach out to your Albertans, raise money to at least pay for our housing during this period. Think about this. A senator, 2 academics, one of which is an American. The Americans brought him or are hosting him in New York for an entire year. I get to pick the month. I get to pick these lectures. I get to be the MC. And then another American, an extremely high-ranked American academic, along with a high Republican senator. Three of the world's greatest, most well-known, and I'm to be the MC and to build it and host it for all of you Albertans. No other Canadians. I can't even invite, I was going to invite UCP. They're banned. They're fucking banned from this now. There's no way. And you know what? Fuck NDP, Liberal, Alberta Party, all the rest of it. I don't care if you call yourself any Crown political party, even mimicking the name Republican Party, if you're in the Crown, because it's a slap in the face. I have high publications. I have serious offense from America. And you know what? They're so awesome, Americans. They're like, you put this together, we're going to come. We're going to get you to do it. These are the 2 universities, and you're going to host it. You're going to set it up. You've got this year into next. From now till September of next year. And I haven't even got my daughter finished off. My youngest, yes. My oldest tomorrow. But this is the shit. And the ignorance of Albertans that every step I take, I watch my base fall on their face, flat on their face, and just United States of America. Fuck Trump. That's what you're doing. And you think that somehow the glory of Danielle Smith, so many of you, but she's awesome. She wants the PNP program. We're going to be totally BRICS. 90% India and massive fentanyl into the United States of America through that program. The number 1 source. is Danielle Smith in Alberta. We've already lost one border. We're losing a bunch more. If you Albertans haven't noticed, I came home through Alberta. The shittiest way you can come home, I went through it. America is digging up all the ground, doubling, tripling lane roads, massive construction, getting ready to build a wall in Alberta. If you don't believe me, Albertans, get off your fucking ass. Jump in a car, cross an Alberta border. You tell me, go to all your Alberta crossings. Whoa, there's some major fucking construction going on in the United States of America. That doesn't look pleasant. That doesn't look fun. That doesn't look like an Alberta friendly with America. And I will show you every country who is as socialist and fascist, or at least almost as bad as you are now today. Fact, they want to come here. The United States of America wants me to have them hosted here, and USA has already funded them, already sponsored them, and brought them to New York. They're sitting in New York in academia for the next year, waiting for me to green light them a host in the United States. And Republicans coming. Where's Danielle Smith? Where's Nenshi? Where's any Canadian? Where's Mark Carney? Why am I tasked with this? The only one. And your premier just boasted PNP program, tricked every Lloydminister, massive independence followers of mine. So many, 56 in fact, loyal friends and followers of mine who've been with me a long time. You all jumped up. I watched the video. You all went that road. You all went that road. Talk about break a heart. America won't take it. You want to see Guantanamo? You guys all better start reading. You better start reading Cuba, because that's you, Alberta. That's where you're going with Danielle Smith. Mark Carney's a lunatic. I don't support any of that. Who the hell would? I know he's out to lunch. But this conservative manipulation, perversion, sycophantism that drags you in to the most absolute ludicrous path forward, that on the world stage just in recent years, that was the end of those countries, end of those people. And I'm going to be hosting it live from New York, right here in Alberta, or die trying. Maybe the U of A is going to tell me, fuck off. Maybe University of Calgary is going to tell me to fuck off. Maybe the Faculty of Political Science and Law in both universities is going to tell me to fuck off. They might. It would be the stupidest thing Alberta could ever do. Maybe they will. Maybe they're already bought and paid for. I don't know. But I will die trying for the Trump administration, for the Republican Party of the United States of America, and you know what? For American academia. I've tagged American media, my good friend Thandaway Kogavani. Get this story, this truth out there. This is coming. I'm going to make it happen one way or another, or at least publish the failure with the names of the Americans and those global experts brought to the United States, hosted in New York under the banner of Republicans for the next year for all of you. And they want to come here. They want you to know. Share this video. Get it out there. Get it to everyone in Alberta you know, all Canadians. It's as relevant for Alberta as it is for Quebec. God bless. That's my video. Don't break the heart. Don't break it.